Well, hey there, everyone. It's Barry's Best Honey. I'm Mike, and I do bees. Welcome to Southeast Louisiana. It is October the 5th. Hey there, everyone. Nice, cool morning, breezy, humidity's down. A lot of flight from the bees. Goldenrod is pumping. Hopefully it's pumping. I see a lot of pollen coming in, and it's just a beautiful day. And I'm grateful for that, very grateful for that, and don't ever want to take that for granted. Once again, I mentioned in the last video and want to mention again that, you know, it's hard right now as we are down here in this beautiful weather. I'm blessed to have these colonies to work and to have a normal day today, because there's so many people right now not having a normal day. Right now, we all know what's going on in western North Carolina, easternmost Tennessee, and Florida. Don't forget Florida in all this. And I'm going to tell you a little something about forgetting what's going on sometimes and becoming sensitive, desensitized to it. But we don't want to forget anybody in the path of that storm right now. And we know the hardest hit right now is obviously North Carolina, eastern Tennessee, western North Carolina. It's awful what's going on. Those folks up there, while we down here see these hurricanes come in, we kind of know what to expect once we've been through them. Sometimes they surprise us, like Michael, Katrina, obviously, Helene now, even Idalia last year for Floridians. They surprise us when they wipe stuff out. Those folks in North Carolina had no reason to believe that something like that was going to happen. And my heart goes out to them. And I don't want to compare storms. I want to say this so you can understand my empathy. Is we have been through that down here when Katrina struck us. I was in Pearl River. I've seen Pearlington wiped off the map. I've seen the Wrigley's, Slidell area on that side wiped clean. I've seen the ones East Chalmette gone, mud in the houses. It's just awful. And I say that not to compare and say I'm because I didn't lose anything. I just had damage. And I'm not trying to say that to compare. What I'm saying is, that's where my empathy comes in now, because what happens is when you're in those situations, you're weeks without power as we were, they're going to be weeks without power, they're going to be months and years rebuilding. You tend to, after the first month or so, feel forgotten. I know there's controversy and all going on with responses, and I'm not going into any of that. What I'm saying is, don't forget, folks. I've said this in other hurricane videos. Don't forget the folks that are suffering. Keep them in your prayers. Do what you got to do in your heart and what you're led to do. I know what I'm led to do and what we're doing. Everybody, just keep them in your prayers. And I heard Keith did mention that he had heard that Greg Rogers was good. Okay. I don't know damage-wise. And we've all heard Bob Benny's fine. Bob Benny's a little further south, but don't forget Georgia got nailed hard too as far as winds and rain. So it's just a heartbreaking scene up there. Heartbreaking scene on the coast of Florida as well. Communities wiped out. It's tough all the way around. And just thinking about everybody and hoping for the best for folks, and so many tragic stories coming out. But just keeping North Carolina, Georgia, Tennessee, Florida in my prayers and in my thoughts. Anyway, let's get set up. So as you can see, bees are flying. They're working. There's some orientation flights on other colonies. This colony is just absolutely gigantic. It's not slowed down much. I hope it does soon. It needs to slow down for winter, get its winter bees on. But all the colonies are bustling. There's a pollen trap. Let's look at that in a second. But I'm out here, if you remember the video. Now these, I probably need to open one of these. They don't look as strong. The single does. That one's fine. These here don't look as strong right here. But that can fool you. You think, this was an old ant bed, so I never weed eated it because I'm fire ants. I didn't want to stir them up, but they've moved since. Oh, nope, they're right here. I need to get some diatomaceous earth on these things. But those two, they aren't bustling necessarily. This one is. This little single is bringing in pollen. This is a swarm, and I never doubled it up. It was just tiny. I just left it. But it's a beautiful day, and everybody's flying. Maybe I'll go in that one. But what I was saying is I'm here to go back through those colonies where I pulled the mite washes and went through with you guys. It's a week later. I want to be sure they did not lose a queen with me washing them. Now I will say the second one I washed, I did go through and take a look through the bees, because I was counting bees, and checked, and they did not, there was not a queen in there, but I'll still double check because I might have missed her. They got pollen, they're trying to get in. So what I'm doing with this little trap is I'm moving it hive to hive after a few days, so I don't have to ever close it and collect every day. The other one, I'm giving them a 2-day hiatus, and I'm gonna go back and trap pollen for 1 more week, and then that's gonna be it for pollen trapping. I am suited up for those inspections based on how those bees acted last time. So I want to be sure I'm not eat up. I don't know how much pollen's in here. Let's look. This is my jug that I've been collecting some pollen in. I got some more in the freezer there. Not much yet. It's first thing in the morning. Got to empty these every day because of rain and moisture. But not a whole lot of pollen in there yet. But they're bringing it in today, so let's leave it in here. All right. And let's go through the colony that we checked for mites on to make sure I did not wash a queen. Now, let me remind everybody, because I still get comments when people watch the channel and go, I didn't watch it for that. Remember, I'm doing a vlog, folks. I'm not doing how-to videos. I don't do how-to videos. These are how I do videos. I was on a stream last night listening to it's Charlie's stream on Friday night. I stopped through for a while, had some time, and Todd, Loma Vista, he was Loma Vista Bees. He was talking about, oh, he's teaching. he was nudging me to get in the chat, I believe. He's a good guy. He was nudging me, but I know people pick up tips from this. I do that. I'm not naive to think y'all don't pick up tips here and there. Maybe it's something you see that I do you like, but it really is not a how-to. It's a how I do. It really is. I never designed it to be a how-to. I designed it to be a vlog and show people some of the challenges I go through as an average beekeeper so they could understand. So I still get comments, and maybe I will because I opened with a long drawn-out dissertation about what's going on up North Carolina, but I still get those comments. Hey, I didn't watch this channel for this. What's up? Hey, why are you talking about this all the time? Hey, why you... This is a vlog. It's simply a vlog. So just had to put that back out there again. This is a vlog, folks. All right, so here's one of the colonies. I am suited up because they were pretty intense last week. And one of those colonies that was so intense, I was like, wow. Why so intense? It wasn't normal for them. The other one I didn't know about. It could have been intense. It may not have been intense, but one of them shouldn't have been. So I'll get my smoke going here. Put a little smoke on the front. Then I'm going to, I already broke this loose. Throw a little smoke in there. Oh yeah, maybe not enough smoke in there. I wonder why these bees are so defensive. We got a little bit of a flow and pollen coming in. They sure are defensive. Now this colony I don't have to go deep into. I can just go in the top. Oh, my lid came off. But there's a lot of beetles in there. We've killed more. And I'm not seeing them all over the lid. Okay, well, that means they've propolized and made a beetle gel. Let's see if there's beetles in here. I'm sorry, they're attacking the camera. But they're not on my mic, so you should still be able to hear me. Nope, they don't. So they've propolized this and made a beetle gel on top, but they left the holes open. So they're still trapping beetles. I'm also looking for a queen on here. If we see a queen, that'd be great. I can put it back together. But again, we're looking in this because last week I did a mite wash. This one I did not go back and count and check the bees. So I want to make sure I did not get a queen in here. I'm debating whether I'm going to leave the traps on or not. Because I've gotten the beetles under control and the population's great. And there's the beetles, the dead ones. I'm not going to change the diatomaceous earth. So they glued that to the top, and of course the top pulled the lid off. That's all right. It doesn't matter. The traps are working. These are great traps. These are absolutely wonderful traps. But we're not in here to do the review on these. We've reviewed these. These are great traps. Check it out. Robert Peebles at rpbeeworks.com. Not a paid advertisement necessarily. Just telling you what I'm using and what I liked. And if I can use these on a basis of when I see an infested colony, I can put them in. Great. But I think I'm going to keep them out now because I don't want them to propolize them down. We've got our beetles under control. Now I want to go in and see if I've got emergency cells in here. Yeah, these bees got very defensive last week. They seem to be a little irritated this week, so it's just maybe that time of year. It's because they're all new winter bees. They don't know me yet. Maybe that's what it is, folks. All right, let's pull this big old slab of honey out. So this was all uncapped. We should be seeing some cells. These colonies are just getting to that time of year, I guess, because we don't normally see them this upset in quite a while. Early spring, they're always like this, always. I try to tell folks, they tell me I got mean bees. I'm like, nope, they're always like that in early spring. They just are. But this is almost like an early spring type of behavior. I'm hoping we don't see any. I just want to see eggs. Let's see eggs, we're done. Or a queen. This has emerged since we've been in here. Aha! And I see eggs. A lot of times this is the frame you would see the queen on. So she's backfilling eggs in here. That's great. We know we have a queen. That's all we really need to see. I'm going to put it back together, folks. That's good news. So we washed them. They had 2 mites. We were happy with that. Can y'all see them on that camera? Oh my goodness. Obviously you can. Oh my goodness. All right, good enough. Praise the Lord, we did not kill a queen. So let's go over to this equally defensive colony and see if they're okay. We have to go in the bottom of this one though. There's a bunch on the lid. Let me look for a queen. I don't see her on here. If I did, I could put it right back together, huh? She shouldn't be up here, but you never know. So I heard Dr. Amari from Mississippi State one night. He was doing a talk at a bee club in Mississippi, and he is a queen specialist as far as his studies and everything he's doing. It was interesting to hear him say it makes sense. I didn't think about it. But a good queen shouldn't be in places she don't belong. A good queen should be where she belongs, meaning on open comb laying eggs. So that makes sense, and we don't always find them there. And of course, smoke runs them other places, but, oh yeah, they're coming up now. Oh, that smoke got them going. But, hey, he makes a good point. We should be seeing that queen where she belongs. I see some larvae that are kind of old, so I don't want to go on that. But there's plenty of bee bread. Remember, this is the one I'm robbing pollen from. And this is the one that's getting a late start that I attribute to the apigard. This is an apigard slowed colony. I really think that's the issue. I want to see eggs. That way we know she's been in here in 3 days and it's been 7 since we potentially could have hurt her. More bee bread. They got plenty of bee bread. Probably start trapping a little bit of pollen. I got 3 or 4 frames of this stuff, but they are ramping up right now, and this is their time to ramp up. Whew, I don't like seeing no brood. Not seeing any cells. This has emerged since we looked at it last week. That's, I guess, good, but now is the time. The key will be, has she started relaying it in? I'll look for her really quick, the queen that is. And then we'll go look out in the sun. I will step away and see if I see eggs. Okay, not only do I see eggs, I see my queen. I'm going to try to show her to you again. The bees just attacked that camera. You can see her. She's right there. I'm glad to see her. I know she's fine. And I was out there looking for eggs. And as I was walking back, I looked down. There she was. I'm happy about that. I'm going to slide this over real carefully. And there you go. We're queen right. You can tell that those 2 or 3 frames of brood emerged. Anyway, you can see the population looks pretty good. Let's put it back together. And I got a good amount in the top box. That's good. It appears we're doing all right. This colony has much improved. Much improved. So the bees are still a bit defensive, as you can see them beating up on the lens. And there's stingers all over it. So I don't go in my colonies a lot this year. You've heard me say that 100 times, and I'll explain again why. You see what I just did? I saw the queens were fine. What I do if I go in when I go in my colonies in the summer to assess them after the honey flow to see who's queen right, who's got good queens, who's got food and that kind of stuff. I don't do deep inspections. I quickly go in. I see if I spot eggs. I look at the stores. If I don't see a bunch in the top, I immediately go in the bottom really quick. I want stores, I want health, population, and the queen. All I gotta do is see eggs. I'm good. Because here's the situation. If I go in that colony right now and I go do a deep dive in it, and I harm that queen without knowing it, and that's gonna be my last assessment as we go into fall and into winter, well then they're gonna create queen cells, and the chances of a mating flight being successful are slim. Most likely they won't make a new queen, and then where are we at? We're queenless. We have a dead out. We're gonna say, well, I thought my mite counts were right, I thought this was right, I thought my stores were right, and what happened is we ended up just killing the queen. So I hate going in them this time of year unnecessarily. I'll only go in to do quick assessments, and that's it. I'm over it. I see what I see, I'm good, and I'm happy. See, the population on that one's improved just with the brood that's emerged. You know, 3 frames of brood emerging, that's a big deal. And she's putting eggs back in. So she'll have another round of brood for sure. And down here, she'll have another one after that, but it won't be as big. Well, there you go, folks. A Saturday for me when it's fall and the off season is on its way. It is here, actually. I mean, we got honey in the buckets. We've got to finish cleaning up my extractor. I never really did that in my tank. We've got bee set as far as feed and queens, and we've done our due diligence with mite treatments as far as that's how I do, right? And we've done what we can. Now the season is done. So everybody's flying, everybody's collecting, and my plan is let the goldenrod get over with. Once it's over with, we will assess weights with you guys, come through and assess weights, and whoever's not heavy will get fed. That's it. It's a slow time, but it's nice to be at this point and enjoy just, wow. Just love God's creation, watching them, enjoying them. I'm gonna let them dry, I'm gonna freeze them, and then I'm gonna knock all that propolis off. It'll be good to go, ready to use again. All right, guys, well, look, I'm gonna let y'all go. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to keep everybody in the storm path. Don't forget them and keep them in your prayers. Just a lot going on. All right, well, with that beautiful breeze blowing through, I gotta do some chores around the house. Again, appreciate all y'all watching. And I don't just say that, I mean that. I really appreciate y'all's support. It's Barry's Best Honey. I'm Mike, and I do bees. Y'all have a wonderful week, and may God bless you. We'll see y'all later.